I was 15 when the flashing red lights of an ambulance cut through the heavy November rain. My dad, my absolute rock, had suffered a sudden, massive stroke on the kitchen floor. He didn't make it to morning. Just like that, my life collapsed. My dad was a mechanic. He worked 80-hour weeks covered in grease just to keep our tiny trailer heated. We didn't have any saving or insurance. When the social worker, Miss Clara, looked up my family, she found my Aunt Sarah. Sarah lived 3 states over in a massive brick mansion overlooking a private golf course. She owned a luxury boutique and drove a sleek black Porsche. But when Miss Clara called her, Sarah flat out refused. She told the state she just couldn't handle a troubled teenager from a trailer park. I spent 9 months in the foster system. I bounced between 3 different homes. I lived out of a battered blue duffel bag, never unpacking, because I knew I was just a temporary burden. Then, out of nowhere, Sarah's husband, my Uncle Mark, showed up at the foster agency. He looked completely broken. He sat across from me and his hands were shaking. He said, "Leo, I am so sorry. I just found out." I stared at him cold. Found out what? That I was alive? No, Mark whispered, a tear slipping down his cheek. "Sarah told me you went to live with your dad's friends. She told me you wanted nothing to do with us." Then he dropped a heavy folder on the table. Inside was my dad's old union paperwork. "Your dad had a private pension, Leo. Over $200,000 meant entirely for you. But because you were a minor, it needed a family signature to clear." Mark pointed at a forged signature, Sarah's name. "She blocked you from coming to live with us because if we took you in, the state would monitor the money. She needed the cash to bail out her failing boutique." My chest went completely numb. My dad had literally worked himself to death to make sure I would be okay. And his own sister used his tragedy as a cash grab. Uncle Mark looked me dead in the eye. "I packed her bags this morning, Leo. I'm filing for divorce. And the police are waiting at her boutique right now. You're coming home with me." For the first time in 9 months, I finally unpacked my bag.